All right. Hello.
Hello,
Will you tell me your name?
my name is Saron Adams.
Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
I am a Pisces.
Okay. What's your hometown?
I was born in Houston, raised in Houston. I've been to Dallas as well. Family background comes from Louisiana.
Okay. What? Can you tell me more about your educational background?
I come from the health field. So I am a massage therapist. I'm a phlebotomist. I am a surgical technologist. I am a neurodiagnostic technologist. What else do I do? An entrepreneur, of course, but mostly medical. A lot of medical background.
Okay. Great. How long have you been in this business?
I've been in this business for 3 years, but I've been practicing since I was 16.
And could you explain what your business is and what have you been practicing?
I have a metaphysical school. I have been practicing what they call voodoo, which comes from religions from the Yoruba, from Africa. Those were the things that we tried to hold on to when they brought us over here. So in different places and different regions, people do different things. Like the more Latin that we became to look, they use Santeria. We just have different tribes that do different things. Mine came naturally at 16. I was raised in a Southern house, Baptist house, where my grandmother actually took us to church every day. And so at some point she was like, if you're too grown, you can't stay in my house. And I really think my spirit came back as an adult already. So I moved out. I finished school, went back to school. You know, all the things that was spewed at me going out the door. You're not gonna be able to do this. You're gonna get pregnant. You're gonna do it. Was not my plan. So therefore, I kept with my plan. And here I am. So in my last position in the hospital, a neurodiagnostic technologist, what we do is we tell the surgeon which nerves to stay away from or they'll paralyze the patient.
That is very useful.
So,
Extremely useful.
so I work mostly like neuro cases, spine cases, things like that, brain surgery, stuff like that. So putting it together with what I knew, a lot of people, the reason why they won't practice anymore or they don't practice is because they want to make it unscientific. It does not feel analytical for them. But when you're working with everything on the planet, on the earth, everything is energy. And that's all we're doing is working with energy. The energy of fire, the energy of air. You know, people get afraid about working with the energies, and that's all we do. Is work with energy, put it together with our energy to make it work.
Okay. So I know you just said that you're a believer of this, but why did you choose to make a business out of this?
More people are becoming, they're moving away from the church, from religions, because it has too much contradiction in it.
Way too many.
The Bible has a lot of contradictions, but what people don't know, the Bible also has a lot of magic in it.
Yes it does.
So there's some things that they just don't want us to know, so they keep us in certain sections of the books, and they teach only those sections. But people are waking up and starting to ask questions. In the Bible, if you stay in the Bible, you are a suppressed person.
I agree.
You're a conformed person.
So how many employees do you have?
I have 3.
3 employees?
I have 3 employees.
Are you a part of any African American business association in the third ward?
I'm not.
Do you know any of them?
I don't know enough.
Okay. Do you have any social media you would like to put out there into the world for people to follow you?
Absolutely. I have the website, which is for the store, is Our Little Red One Shop. And I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook.
What's your name on Instagram?
It's Our Little Red One Shop.
Okay. All right. Okay. Do you have any advice for your younger self?
Actually, everything that has transpired and that was done was supposed to be done the way that it was. So I'm happy you followed your own spirit. That would be my message to my younger self. I'm happy that I followed my own spirit.
That's beautiful. Do you have any advice for any other younger entrepreneurs?
My advice is learn more about money, because in the school that they conform us to, they don't teach us about people that look like me and them about money, the real facts about money. The stuff that they put out here, that's not the real facts. If you recall, when you were in class, I had an economic class. They taught us how to write a check. They taught us how to do taxes. They didn't teach us the origin of money, exchange of money. So I would tell them, any idea that they have, push forward with doing it. You get $1 and it'll take that to go get your product, $1, and you can make $2 off of it. I say begin those practices, and to do no one harm in money and in doing their practices.
What is freedom?
I think freedom is something that will not exist on this planet because of the greed of man. But you can free your mind from a lot of this stuff that goes on, and you can manifest your world that you want. So freedom would be when you get to the point that you're being created from your spirit and can't nobody take that from you, then that's freedom.
Okay, I would like to talk more about African spirituality, about specifically more about what you said. You called it voodoo.
Right.
Instead of voodoo. Why voodoo?
Okay, there's difference. So the slaves that were brought to the Americas, that's voodoo, because that's the religion, the American religion, implemented with what we had to make our gods and our angels and our what we had to change them to make them look like. Voodoo comes from Voodoo, which a lot of Haitians that were dropped off there, they practice. Like I said, it's just different people, different regions, but we're still practicing the same thing.
Stuff.
Right, right. Some people thought at one point it was like, ooh, that's the bad part and voodoo is the good part. No. Every religion has a duality. There's a good and a bad. That's what God is. It's that energy. And energy is just energy.
Yeah.
Period.
I have a question. I found out yesterday, someone told me that Catholicism and Christianity is just like, it's actually, most of the things from those religions are stolen a lot from African spirituality. And I just wanted to like why or how, like what's stolen from them?
The cross symbol, that wasn't the original cross symbol. The original gods were the stories of the gods that they try to tell in the Bible. They only put bits and pieces. There's a council that came together and said, this is what we're going to do to the people. This is what we're going to give them based on the original people, which are Africans. We are the original people. I don't care how anybody looks at it. So it had to have come from Africa. So when they put their twists and their turns and all of that on it, then you get this.
It's more religious than spiritual.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They took the spiritual things out.
Yeah.
There were books that actually were saying things about spiritual and meditating, but they took those books out. Like there was a book of St. Thomas. They took a lot of the books out.
Yeah, it just reminds me of what you said before about how people are too afraid of being, not afraid, they want to be more analytical. They want to be able to like say, oh, if I do this, this will happen. Not
Right.
spiritual because it seems too abstract and scary for them or something like that.
Right. You even had scientists that has done I mean, they're all over YouTube. You take two plants and you nurture and you speak to one so very kindly, and that plant just flourishes. And you take the other plant and every day you tell it how worthless it is and how much you don't, and that plant dies within 2 weeks.
I want to try this because that I know to some it may sound silly, but I do believe it's in energy essentially
Right.
about putting good things out there and stuff like that. I wanted to ask more about what you sell here.
I sell natural herbs. I sell crystals. Crystals are healing crystals, energy that comes from the earth, natural things that come, minerals come from the earth. I sell oils that have intent on them. So when I make my oils, there are certain Bible verses that I say over the oils to give it an intent that a person will get. So if you want prosperity, I read Psalms 23 because Psalms 23 has everything in it: love, protection, your money, your health, your wealth. It has it all in that one song. So I pray over these oils. The candles for your fire element that you want to use. So I sell things that would help people get to the place that they need to bring out their creativity. Because even when you're done with all of this, the only thing that you really need to work with is this. When you're done, that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
These are tools to help you get to this here.
All right. Well, thank you so much for giving me time today and interviewing.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm just going to go over it real quick. But yeah, you can keep. So she mentioned that you guys were not allowed to open because you're not seen as essential.
Right.
And I wanted to talk about that. So I'm going to repeat that. Okay, so I wanted to talk about something more serious and more current. Because of the COVID-19 virus and the quarantine that everyone is put in right now, like, why aren't you allowed to be open? Why aren't you considered essential?
I put in an appeal directly to the Harris County judge. I think her name is Hilago. Straight, wondering what was the appeal process, because I applied 3 different times. I explained what I had in my store, and the appeal came back that I was still a non-essential just because I went out and got things to put in the store that I didn't have in the first place. That doesn't make me essential. And I wrote back and I said, no one called me. No one came by my store to see what I have. I said, but I guarantee you, if you look at my register, I've been selling water. I've been selling hand sanitizer. And I haven't gotten any response. I have called our state representative for this area, Sheila Jackson Lee. I haven't gotten a response yet. But I will continue, to strive no matter what they're trying to do. This whole thing is about money.
Yeah.
It's about money. This has nothing to do with a flu-like whatever. This is about money. So maybe they need to show the state how many companies they had closed in order to get more money. Whatever it was, or whatever it is, I don't see liquor being more essential than you coming to get some toilet paper or water. Or this is walking distance for my clients that come here.
Yeah, I live a couple blocks down. I just found out about this place, and yeah, I thought it was insane. But yeah, when you said liquor stores are essential, but African spirituality and essential stuff like water and toilet paper stuff and herbs are very essential. I don't see how that's more essential over poison at all.
Right.
Yeah, that's insane. But yeah, that's insane.
So I got it.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that because that was the biggest